Sure. I'm Dr. J. I am in the clan of Rest in Pieces. I've been in that clan since my probably fifth season in the game. I've um, I enjoy Art of War, Legions. I have always enjoyed it, and my first ever hero was Zeus.
Mm?
No, that's a good question. So how do I balance my work and the game? I think for me, I I actually put my game time on my calendar. I
That's
actually
interesting.
schedule it on my calendar. Every day at that last hour for reset, I actually have it set as an appointment so that people can't make appointments with me during that time. And so that's how I protect the time so that I can do, like in the arena, I can do the attacks. As far as playing the levels and doing the daily kinds of things, I usually do those right after reset. For me, it's right after reset and right before dinner. And then once
Right
dinner
before
time
dinner.
starts, then I have to give my family my time.
Mm?
A book um, or a movie. Well, my favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption. It's a great story about the power and strength of hope and never giving up. As far as a great book that I would encourage people to read, there's a really good book called Kiss, Bow, or Shake Hands. And the book is uh, provides lessons on how to work with different people in different cultures, because every culture has a um, different nuances.
Yeah.
If I go to Russia, there's different rules. If I go to Korea, there's different rules. If I go to Germany, there's different rules. This book helps people understand some of the local customs that we should be aware of if we're ever going to be visiting or just interacting with folks from different cultures. So it's a really good book.
Mm?
This is the only game I play. Art of War is the only game I play. And I probably play it three 3 or 4 hours a day.
Mm?
I think for me, it's got to be entertaining, enjoyable to do. I've always been a person that enjoys some amount of competition, so I think the arena is what probably keeps me playing the game. If the arena didn't exist, I probably would give up on the game. Just the levels wouldn't be enough to keep me interested in the game. So I think the competition and trying to see how my army compares to other people's armies to see if I can beat their army and if they can beat my army. To me, that is what makes any game worth playing, is the competition.
Mm?
I think it's best to start by just playing and just have fun with it and start to experience the game from your own unique, inexperienced, naive way. And then start, you know, looking for words of wisdom or words of advice. But I think in the beginning it's important just to play the game and enjoy the game. And then once you decide, all right, I want to be good at this game, then it's time to maybe learn from some other people a little bit. And there's been lots of folks that have helped me learn the game.
Mm?
I'm a strong believer that if you want to really get good at this game, really get good at this game, you really should and need to get on Discord because there's a lot of experienced players on there who have made a lot of the mistakes already and learned from them. And so you can become a much better player much faster if you get on Discord and start interacting with some of the more experienced players. If you have an opportunity to join a clan, and sometimes that opportunity comes when you get a little bit better, but if you have the opportunity to join a clan, join a good one. If you join a good clan, you'll have some of the best players, and those experienced, really good strategic thinking players can show you how to make the most out of the army that you have. Most players in Art of War have a better army than they realize. Most players actually could win a lot more than they do.
So
They just need to learn how to use their troops better. As a player, I would say I'm probably I'm a strategist. I'm a strategist as a player. You have a good defense, and I will beat it. Not every time. I know that, and everybody that has played against me, they've seen me show up in their losses before. But I will beat every player eventually. It just may not be the first time. So RIP, rest in pieces. Our clan is all about development. We have a very strong, strict, ethical set of guidelines. We want all players to follow those guidelines, to not compromise the game or do anything that's not allowed or not appropriate. We try to develop our players. And so our analytics show that our players improve in the arena more than any other clan that are in the top 5. Like, our players move up every year, and more so than any other clan. And that's something we're proud of, because in the clan, what I do and what other folks that are also captains or lieutenants in our clan is we try to work with some of our other players, the ones who have good armies, but maybe aren't using them as well as they could yet. Or maybe they have developing armies, and they have armies that could be top 100, but they're currently top 200. And so then we help them to become better so that they go from 173 and they end up being 95. So we help them to make the most out of their army. And I think that's my role in Rest in Pieces. And then those that know me know that what I usually do is I help a player get really good really fast when they work with me. Yeah, absolutely. It's certainly your own formation. That's all you can control when it comes to defense. But when it comes to attacking people, you have to choose your opponents wisely. And I think depending on what your goals are in the arena, if you want to be high ranking, then you should generally be trying to attack people with more points so that you will earn more trophies when you win. If your goals are different from that, and you simply want to play against and beat certain players, then have fun and do it. My general approach is to choose opponents very carefully. I usually go through all of my opportunities and I choose the player with the highest trophies, the highest ranking, the best player available. I play them and beat them. And that's what I try to do with every one of my 40 attacks. I take the best player on the board and beat them. My favorite soldier and favorite hero. My favorite hero is Kion. She's not currently the strongest hero, but she's my favorite hero. My favorite troop, even though he's pretty crazy acting, is the Rhino Knight. I've had a lot of successes in a lot of different formations using the Rhino Knight. And I have used the Rhino Knight in such a variety of ways, through different seasons with different heroes. I don't think I don't think that there is any formation that I would be using on offense or on defense that wouldn't have at least two Rhino Knights in it with any hero.
Mm?
I don't think in terms of specific rivals. I know that a lot of folks do. They might say like, oh, this person is a rival or this person is a rival. I think honestly, there's a lot of really great players. And I think I have a great deal of respect for those great players. And I think that I believe that it's mutual. And so I certainly enjoy attacking, the good players, some of the top players, the top 5 players, the top 20 players. And I think they enjoy attacking me as well. If there's a rivalry, it might be more at the clan level. I think that the top 2 clans lately in the game are the Royal Clan and the Rest in Pieces clan. And so I think there's a natural tendency for each of those clans to focus on members of the other clan. But even in that on that stage, there's a lot of mutual respect. I think the players on Royal Clan respect the players in Rest in Pieces, and the players in Rest in Pieces respect the players in Royal. And I think, honestly, we make them better and they make us better. I really do believe that.
Mm?
Yes, for new players, I would say that when you talk about general advice for formations, for new players, there's lots of videos that can talk about where to place troops. I think Facecast has some really good sort of where to position certain troops. I would watch those so that you have some just general approaches, of where you should be putting troops. Most people put magic apprentices somewhere in the front row and then also somewhere in the middle. The reason we put them somewhere in the middle is because enemy ranges will then land on empty spaces on the battlefield, so they don't kill anything. And meanwhile, the magics disappear and go to the enemy's back row. Magics, while they're traveling, don't receive any damage. So they, unlike all other troops get damaged while they're moving. The magic is like immune until they start attacking. So they're actually they always arrive at full strength in the enemy's back row, which is why magics can be such a good troop to have strategically placed in your formation. Most new players, they underestimate the importance of troop count. If I have Shioni and you have Shioni, and I have 400 troops and you have 270, I'm going to beat you every time because you just won't have the time for your power to catch me. On the other hand, and so for new players, keep your troop counts in mind. Be aware of what your troop counts are. And then also be aware of power. If your overall power is, say, 800,000, you shouldn't be attacking other players with power over 1 million, because the odds of an 800,000 power army finding any way to beat 1 million, it's very unlikely. So try to stay within your power rating when you're attacking, because no matter how good your formation is, if you have 750,000, you're not going to beat my 1.4 million defense.
Mm?
I've generally been very very friendly with folks and very willing to have conversations and I like to get along with people. So I've made a lot of good friends in the Discord, and Discord has been with all of the communications for the game. It's all been on Discord. I've got several friends in my clan that I've become friends with, many of which I've become very good Art of War friends with, like best Art of War friends. And then I also have very strong relationships with players in other clans, members of BEG, members of Core, members of Royal Clan. 1PM has so many players I respect, but I haven't been able to get into many dialogues with them. There's really folks from a lot of different clans that I have great respect for, and I'm always open to friendly conversation and even some elements of conversation about the game. I usually save the strategy talk for my own clan, usually.
Mm?
Sure. I've ranked number 2 in the arena 3 times, and I've ranked number 3 in the arena 3 times. So those are those are the highest. I've never actually finished first in the arena. It's been elusive, but there's a lot of great players in the arena. So sometimes I think finishing anywhere in the top is a really good season, like a really good season. And even that's not a certainty every season. So that's been my success so far. But I think my greatest success was one season when I finished 3rd before I had joined any clans. So I was everyone's enemy, and I took 3rd one season. So that was probably my best. That was before I joined any clans. But really every season's different. Every season's different. And it sometimes feels like some seasons I'm a better player and some seasons I'm a worse player. And I think, and I would imagine that a lot of other players experience something like that too.
Mm?
I would say one of the best builders of defense is Show One. Absolutely.
Oh.
And you know who else is in the same clan in 1PM is Abyss.
Okay.
Abyss.
Oh,
He is a
Abyss,
great
yeah.
player. He's a great player as well. And I'm sure he's making that clan a great clan. Absolutely. I would love to hear their perspective on some of these things.
Mm?
I would say to all the clan members, really all players in Art of War, have a wonderful holiday season. Stay safe with your families and friends, and continue to love the game. Continue to be good sports. Learn, get better, improve, and really enjoy everything that the game brings you from an entertainment standpoint.
Art of War. Play now.